Hey guys, welcome to the episode. I'm Fixie, and today we're going to be talking about rare PlayStation 4 games. So I started collecting for the PS4 in about 2014. Been collecting heavily on and off for it last 4 or 5 years. So I've accumulated a bunch of rare games. I wanted to show you guys some of them today. If you guys like this video, we might make some more rare PS4 game videos. So let me know in the comments below. The first game we're going to talk about is from Limited Run Games, and if you don't know about Limited Run Games, it's a company in America that produce low print copies of PS4, Vita, and Switch. This is one of their earlier titles. This is Oddworld's New and Tasty Caves Odyssey. This was also released on the Vita and the PS3. Copies on the PS4, there was 5,000, I believe. Copies are going for $200-300. Sealed copy I tracked down a very long time ago. So speaking of limited run, a bunch of these are limited run games that I will show you guys today. So this is actually the first release of limited run, called Saturday Morning RPG. So this is one of the harder ones to find, obviously, being the first time. Again, some of the more harder limited run games to find. These were released within the first year, and they're two of the more popular games. These were the Shantae games. So we've got Shantae's Pirate Curse and Shantae's Risky Revenge. Now, these were fun platformers. They were originally Game Boy games. And thanks to limited run games, we have received them on the PS4. This next game I'm going to talk about is interesting. So in 2014, 15, 16, this used to be the rarest PS4 game, and it was called Toro. It was a Spanish exclusive, and copies on eBay were going for upwards of $250, $300. I believe there were about 1,500 copies. This is the first print. In about 2018, they came out with a reprint, so it's not the rarest PS4 game anymore. I believe the first print copy might be worth a little bit more. Probably not, but I'm keeping it anyway, and I've got a sealed cover copy. So that's Toro for PS4. I've actually played this. It's quite fun. I've almost got the platinum in it. So if you're a trophy hunter, it's a pretty easy platinum Toro. This next game was produced by IM 8-Bit. You can only buy it through their website. It's a 2D Souls-like game. It's quite popular, and it's hard to find these days. It's called Hyper Light Drifter. I'm unaware if the website is sold out or not. I haven't checked in years. I would assume it would be. This was also released in Japan, but if you want the English version, that's Hyper Light Drift. So the next game we're going to talk about was the first of the PlayAsia releases. This was actually the reprint. This is still a very rare game. You guys know what I'm talking about. It is Retro City Rampage DX. This is also released on PSP, I believe. So that is Retro City Rampage DX. I'm not sure how much copies go for these days, but certainly one of the first games. Now, this next game was done by Drink Box, and from memory, you had to buy it through their website. It is Guacamole Super Turbo Championship Edition. It looks like a 2D platformer. It looks pretty cool. Any of these games that were sold only through websites are going to be quite rare in the future, because they're obviously not going to be sold through stores. So if you're looking to secure a collecting PS4 for the future, I definitely track these type of games down there. So the next game we're going to talk about is one of the most expensive games on the PS4, if not the most expensive. It was the second release from Strictly Limited Games, and it is Griffin Knight Epic. This is a factory sealed copy. Copies are going for upwards of 500 plus Australian dollars, which is just ridiculous. The reason being is there were only 999 of these released. I own copy number 320. See there? That is Griffin Knight Epic, one of the rarest PlayStation 4 games. I was privileged enough to actually buy this from Strictly Limited Games. I actually bought their first release, which took a long time to sell out. So I was one of their first type of customers. I believe I bought their first 12 releases before I stopped buying them. Yeah, so that is Strictly Limited Games. They're a German company. So this next game is interesting. Now, when this came out, it wasn't meant to be anything. It was called Save the World. People played it, and then the free part of that game was called Fortnite, which you might have heard of. So this is a physical copy of Fortnite. This is the Australian copy. This has a disc. It includes Save the World. It's very rare. It was the first print. It was the only print, and it came out before Fortnite was popular. The copies of this actually go for $100 to $300 plus online. I was fortunate enough to find this for $50. Pretty much when the collecting scene knew that Fortnite was hard to get, but it wasn't mainstream yet. So yeah, I was very fortunate enough to get that. So here we have Fortnite. The next game I'm going to talk about, guys, is a Steelbook. Now, this was a German pre-order exclusive. It was a pre-order exclusive in one store, and it was a pre-order exclusive for the game Bloodborne. It is called the Bloodborne Store Cleaver Steelbook. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see the word Bloodborne. I do apologize. It's in a plastic slip, so it's reflecting. Got the hunter on the back. Now, this is one of my favorite steelbooks on the PS4, and just in general, it's absolutely beautiful. Again, it was a pre-order exclusive for Germany. Bloodborne wasn't the most popular game. Dark Souls wasn't the most popular game series at the time before Bloodborne was released. Compared to, say, what it is today. It was certainly popular at the time, but Bloodborne came out just after Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls seemed to have blown up after Dark Souls 3. So copies of this online, guys, go for €200-300 plus. It's very, very ridiculous. So good luck tracking a copy down. Staying on Bloodborne, this is a nice little pack that I managed to get a couple of years ago from Asia. It's completely in English. It's a double pack. It includes Bloodborne and The Last of Us Remastered. It includes all the DLC for The Last of Us, as well as the Old Hunters pack, which includes all the DLC for Bloodborne. A nice double pack from Asia. It includes 2 different cases. It's actually sealed, and I'm not going to be opening it. And it's completely in English, guys. Yes, this is a nice little pack. Finally, guys, the last game I'm going to talk about today is one of the Play Asia releases. Just on that, a lot of companies like Limited Run Games, Strictly Limited Games, Play Asia have jumped on this bandwagon of producing low print games. I just want to point out, just because a game's low print doesn't necessarily make that rare. They print out a game that's got 2,000 copies. If 500 people buy it, it's not going to be a rare game. There's going to be a bunch of people with 4 or 5 copies all trying to sell them, and it's going to flood the market. However, of course, some games, like a lot of the ones I've shown today, are wanted by collectors and they will sell out, and then the market will dry up. Will drive the price up, which will thus make the game rare. Most of the low print games are like that. Some of the collector's editions are like that. This is no exception. So this is one of the lowest print games on the PS4. It is the Unepic limited edition. Now, Play Asia only emailed certain members to get this. I didn't actually receive an email, but my friend Stefan from Malta did, and he hooked me up with a copy. It was limited to 500 copies. I'm fortunate enough to receive copy number 41. So that is the Unepic limited edition. There was a slipcover which came with this game with the regular release. I believe that's more common and you can get that pretty cheap. But if you're looking for something rare, the Unepic, the limited edition is the one you're going to want to pick up. So just recapping on the games I've showed you guys tonight. I do have plenty more rare PlayStation 4 games in my collection. So if you guys like these type of videos and you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to be giving away a PlayStation 3 game at 500 subscribers. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.